Hello students, myself Pallavi Jaiswal. Here in this video, we will discuss the topic causal and non-causal system. What is causal system and what is non-causal system? Before moving on to the topic causal and non-causal system, first of all I want to tell you something which is related to causal system and non-causal system. As we know, in any system we require input. And depending upon that input, our system provides some output. Here we have input which is very important for any system for their functioning. So here we have three type of inputs in which system depend. First which is present input which is denoted by simple x of t. Simple x of t shows that it is a present input. And second one is past input which is denoted by x of t minus 1. Delay in input shows the past value of the input. Xt minus 1 shows the past input, that means delay in input shows the past value. And next, future input represented by x of t plus 1. T plus 1 shows the advanced version of input of xt, and this particular expression is for future input. Here we have three type of expressions. First xt, second xt minus 1, third xt plus 1. First one shows the present input, second one shows the past input, and third one shows the future input. If we put values in this particular past, present, future value of input, so we get, if we put t equals to 1, then on putting this value we get, obviously in place of t we put 1, we get x of 1 which is present input, and 1 minus 1 which is x of 0 which is past input, and t equals to 1 in this expression we get x of 2 which is future input. So in order to compare these three equations, what we get, if this is present value x of 1, and on comparing this two value, how we came into that this particular term of x is past value and this particular term of value is future value. If our present input is x of 1, and if its value under bracket is less, then that particular value shows the past value. If our present value is this one and we get this higher value of bracket value is higher in comparison to this present value, then obviously this particular value shows the future value. And on comparing this and comparing three values, x of 1, x of 2, x of 3, and if we said this one is our present input, and based on this present input, if someone wants to differentiate between these two individual input value, so both the value are this one is x of 1 and this one is x2 and this one is x3. So both the value inside the bracket which is 1 is greater. Obviously 2 is also greater than 1 and 3 is also greater than 1. So in order to understand whether this given term is present value, past value or future value, as we know future term must be greater than our present input. Obviously these two are greater than this particular present input, and this both the terms are future term. So now moving on to the causal system. Causal system are those system in which its output depends upon present input and past input only. Causal system are those systems in which its output depends upon present input and past input only. Hence, this type of system is called causal system. It does not depend upon future input. In case of future input, there is no applicability in causal system. Now, with the help of example, we can explain it properly. Here we have the example. Here in first example is the continuous time function, first and second is continuous time function, and third and fourth is discrete time system. Here in first we have the expression yt equals to 0.2 xt minus xt minus 1. Yt shows our present input, present output. Obviously, yt shows our present output and xt shows our present input, and x of t minus shows our past input. Hence, this particular output expression depends upon present input and past input. Hence, the system is causal system. The system output which depends upon present input and past input is called as causal system. And second one, here we have this expression yt equals to 0.8 x of t minus 1. Here in this case, our output depends upon x of t minus 1 and x of t minus 1 represent our past value. Hence, our present output depends upon past input. Hence, this system is also causal system. Now, the third one, y of n is equals to x of n minus 1. Y of n represent our present input and x of n minus 1 shows our past input. Here these two are the example of discrete time system. In case of discrete time system, y of n represent our output system, x of n represent our input, and x of n shows the present input, x of n minus 1 shows the past, and x of n plus 1 shows the future in case of discrete time system. Hence, this particular system present output depend upon past input. Hence, this is also causal. Again, fourth one, y of n equals to x of n, and y of n is nothing but a present output and x of n is also a present input. Hence, this particular present output depend upon present input only. Hence, the system is causal system. Now, moving on to the next, non-causal system. Non-causal system is called anticipatory, and in case of non-causal system, the output of the system depends upon future value as well as present and past value. That means this particular non-causal system more specifically depends upon future input. If the future value is present in our output, then that particular system is non-causal system. Here we have the example. We have three examples. First example is discrete time system, which is y of n minus 1 equals to x of n. This is our first example. Obviously, this is our present. Obviously, we actually look onto the output. So this is our output and this is our input. So obviously, from the equation itself, we are not supposed to understand whether this is causal or not. So simply we put some value in this equation and then we conclude that whether this system is non-causal or causal. Putting the value n equals to 2. Here on putting n equals to 2, we get 2 minus 1, which is 1, is equals to n in place of n, simply put 2. Obviously, this is our present input and obviously the value inside the bracket is greater. Hence, we already discussed if the value greater than this particular bracket value, then obviously this is a future term. Hence, our system depends upon the future input. Hence, the system is non-causal. Now, moving on to the next example, which is yt equals to x of t plus 1. Obviously, this is our present output and this is our future input. Hence, this particular system depends upon future input. Hence, the system is non-causal. Next, here we have y of n equals to x of n minus x of n plus 1. Here our output depends upon present input and past input, which is future, no future input. So if the system depends upon present input and future input, hence the system is non-causal. The main specific important is in case of non-causal system is availability of future term. If the future input is present in the output expression, then that particular system is non-causal. If only present input and past input is available in output expression, then particular system is causal system. So future input, if future input is present, then only we consider that system as non-causal. If present and past input is present, then we can say that particular system is causal system. Okay, thank you.